and then we can start our script. So if you're new here, this is all about JavaScript. So we are conducting JavaScript 4 days workshops. So in this workshop, we are covering all the basics to advanced concepts. So I hope that yesterday you have seen some of the advanced concepts like ES6 concepts that which we have mentioned. You have seen that. So today we're going to see about the DOM manipulations and how the JavaScript is working with the real world, and how make an interactive website. Some examples we're going to continue with, and let's see, like, we will do some of the practical examples also in this classes. Okay, so using we're going to using the Visual Studio codes and all. Let's see that. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, fine with that. So okay, so at the end of the day, you will receive an attendance form also. So attendance form, you will get a certificate also. So this is for those people who already filled the 4 attendance forms. So 4 days we have conducted this workshop. So those who have filled all the 4 attendance forms, so you will receive an certificates. Okay, so this is the last day of attendance forms. Make sure that. Okay, if you are in, like, the students who are watching this workshops regularly, so if you are in, just give your name in the chat box. We can go with that. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. So for that, I just going for my dashboard, and I just going to create a folder, and I just going to name it as JS Basic. Okay, so here today we're going to see about the DOM animations, like the DOM box and all. So we're going to see that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open inside this folder. I'm just going to open it with the Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going to create some couple of projects. Okay, like index.js. This is our index JavaScript file that's going to work here. And to work, what is the purpose of JavaScript? To manipulate HTML and CSS, right? So for that, we need some HTML and CSS file. Then we can able to easily work on that, and we will see what is the how it is working and all, right? So I just going to say index.html. Okay, and I just going to name this as style.css, like this. Okay, so right now we have the index.html file. So we will create the boiler template here. Okay, this is the file, and what we need to do, we need to link the CSS file. So you're just going to link the CSS file, and how will we add the JavaScript? We can add the JavaScript file at the end of the file. Okay, so at the end of the body tag. So why we are adding JavaScript file at the end of the body tag? The reason simple, like, once HTML and CSS get loaded, then only I need to run my JavaScript code executed, right? So you can able to add that in your top of the file also, but there is a problem called load balancing. Like, if you have so much of JavaScript files and it is interact with that, then before the HTML and CSS working, the JavaScript file get executed, and it happens in the case of if the user has a network problem or so internet like that, it will happen. So that's the reason. So I'm just going to add the script.src file. So once the src file is added, we need to add which file that we need to add. So I'm just going to say index.js. This is the file that I need to add. Okay, I hope you understand how to add the JavaScript file, right? So now the next thing is we need to check it whether it's working fine or not, right? So inside this body tag, I'm just going to create a div and have a class with hero. And here I'm just going to create an h1 with an ID of head. Okay, so inside this, I just going to say good evening. Good evening. So hello everyone, and I just going to add an span tag, and inside this, I just saying well, welcome to welcome to TWD, like this. Okay, so I just added the HTML file. Now we will open it with the live server. So I'm just going to choose open with live server, and we can able to see it here, right? So let's see our CSS file is added successfully or not. So I'm just going to give the body tag, and here I'm just going to say the background color, and I'm just going to give $f8ff like this. a little bit whitish color, but I need somehow like this family. Okay, so this one. Okay, so it is working perfectly. Now we need to check whether our HTML like JavaScript file is added successfully or not. So I just go for this file, and here I just going to tell console.log, and here I just going to say hello world. This okay, like this. Okay, so if our file is successfully linked, then in our console we can able to see this what we have written. Just go here, we can able to see what we have written. Don't care about this warning, it is coming from the my extension, browser extension. Don't care about that. Okay, so if we run it again, refresh it, you can get this hello. That's what we want. So then file is successfully added. Okay, so now what we going to create, what's the file that we going, what is the thing that we're going to create is we're going to recreate an animation that is dribble.com. And if I go here, you can able to see this one, right? So this is a website called dribble website, right? So we can able to see it. So if I say animation, there are so much of things we can able to recreate. For example, this hamburger nav bar, you can able to see it, right? So how we can able to create, we can able to create by using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. If someone clicks this, then I need to show something like that. So we can able to create this hamburger menu. Okay, so we can able to create that. And right now we're going to see about with a simple example. What is a simple example means? You can able to see the H1, right? Here explore the world's landing design, right? You can able to see the H1, and you can able to see the this one like GIF image, right? So some images there, right? So if I click this button, you can able to see the H1 is getting changed, trending animation, motion graphics, and 3D design. Yes, of course the H1 is getting changing, right? So you can able to see here, you can able to see, and not only that, the background also changing. You can able to see right now some mobile is showing, right? So if I give the print, you can able to see some cards are showing. If I give the product design, you can able to see the card designs are showing, right? So this is an interaction. And what other interaction? Drop down interaction, clicking this file, opening an input box for us, interaction. And this one, if I click this file, you can able to see this is an interaction, right? So there's so much of things here. And also I think in our browser, I don't know the exact settings and all, so we can able to disable, we can able to disable the JavaScript also. And but I don't know right now where it is in and also, but we have the option, we can able to disable the JavaScript, and we can able to look into without JavaScript how it is working like that. We can able to see that. And I think it is in your you and Google, and manage the custom account, customize your, I think no, this is not privacy and security, site settings, and JavaScript. You can able to see in site setting we have JavaScript, right? If I click this, and site can use JavaScript, by default the site can use JavaScript is there. And if I make this site cannot use, like don't use JavaScript like this. And once I done it, now if I go here and I refresh this page, okay, so without JavaScript, triple website will look like this only. I just change this to mobile view. Let us click here. You can able to see the drop down is not working, right? Because there is no JavaScript in this file. And if I click this button, you can able to see this button. If I click this button, the page is get reloading, right? So before you can see the page is not reload, but now without JavaScript, what happened? The page is get reloading. Note what are the things that I'm telling, just look carefully. Like for example, in mobile view, we have this hamburger menu, right? If I click this, now it is not working. Why? Because the JavaScript is disabled in my browser right now. That is the reason. And second thing, for giving this animation, I click this, you can able to see the pages get reloading. So if the pages get reloading, which means it is go for the server, and it would interact with the server, and it producing a page for me. So that is what happening. So you can see whenever you are clicking something, every time the page get reload, whether it is very quick, no, it makes some delay, and also the website makes slow, right? So that's what happened. That is what happening here. And also you can able to see every time we are clicking this page, It is not producing like an animation. It is like producing a new page. We are going for a new page, right? So that is what it is doing, right? That's what happening here. So first thing, the hamburger menu is not working, and the second thing is going to be this. It is producing like the pages get reloading, and third one, let us see the drop down. You can see the drop down is not working. If I click this, it is move on for the top one. So without JavaScript, the drop down is not working. And if I click this one, the filter is not also working. And you can see how the dribble website is looking like. Without JavaScript, you can able to see that the grid is not working. If I click this, then it will produces the new page for us. So how cool! Just imagine. Can you tell me an answer? Which website you liking? The website that with JavaScript or the website without JavaScript? The main important thing is here is about the speed and the interaction that you are making. So how lively it is, how interactively it is. That is the reason, right? Just go here. Let us look at this website without JavaScript. Just think about here. Without JavaScript, the website look like this. Okay, so if you are in before 1990s, right, before like 20s, like 1995 when JavaScript was introduced, before you are using some website, if it will really look like this only. Whenever you are clicking something, the pages get reload and it will give it is go for the server and ask for the interaction, right? So that's what it will do. Every time the page will get reload. If you go for Facebook and if you go for Twitter and look at this. Okay, so for example, I think I'm not go for my social media pages right now, but let's see, go for the LinkedIn and see how it is working. LinkedIn, we go for the LinkedIn pages without JavaScript. We are going for the LinkedIn pages. It is a great example, guys. Why I'm saying that, you can able to understand there are so much of process that we are doing with the LinkedIn, right? So we interact much more, not only LinkedIn, any other platform, right? So what's happened that time without JavaScript, it's going to be completely miss for us, right? So that is what happened. I think it takes some time to load to the LinkedIn. Okay, so just understand without JavaScript, the pages look like this. So 1990s old website, you cannot interact that much, and the core principle of SP, a single page website. So you can able to generate multiple page website without go for the server. So we are avoiding the server means we are increasing the user interaction, which means the chance of getting the conversation between the website and the client, like the end user, it will increase, and you can able to get more results, and your client becomes happy when you are developing web development, right? So that is the reason. Without JavaScript, you can able to create web development, but you cannot bring that speed what JavaScript is giving when the user is interacting. Okay, so people say like without JavaScript I can become full stack developer by learning some backend language like PHP, Python, Django. Yeah, of course you can learn, but that is not going to be the website that you are using in 2020s, right? So we are in 2022, right? So that you cannot match with JavaScript speeds and interaction. Your website looks okay, static website. If you are clicking something, it will go and working with the server. Just think about if you are buying some servers that is not having the proper service, then think about that. What happened to your website? Okay, I think it is not opening. I think without. Okay, let's go for LinkedIn. I think the page was not opening. I think without JavaScript. I don't know. Let's see what's happening when I enable JavaScript. I go here. Always allow JavaScript on http.linkedin. So I just going to enable this for LinkedIn. I just refresh now. Now it is working. Yeah, guys, like without JavaScript, like you cannot land into the LinkedIn pages, right? So you cannot land into access this website because we have so much of things to interact, right? So you cannot access the website. Okay, so this is what happened. So don't make this test. If you want to know, go for the privacy and security and just go for this one, system. I think the what is the site setting. So go for the site setting and you can able to see JavaScript in your browser. So if you go for JavaScript, see site can use JavaScript. So if you enable that, allow to use JavaScript. Right now it's added. So if you enable, it is defaultly enabled, and just click. Think about that. Without JavaScript, to understand the powerfulness of JavaScript. So without JavaScript, go to Facebook, go to Twitter, go to Instagram. Some website won't work, like LinkedIn. Without JavaScript, they never going to work. They will ask for to, you need to enable that. Otherwise, you are not able to come with my website. You need to enable it in your browser, right then. Okay. So just try it out and just interact. Just use that experience and just come back and think about, now we want JavaScript or not for developing some website. Then you decide. Okay. So So that is what thing. Okay, so now what we're going to do, once I enabled it, let us see. I say now, like the hamburger menu is not work, but with the JavaScript I need to refresh it. So now it is enabling the JavaScript. The engine speaks with the browser. Now it could be fine. So I think, yeah, now you can able to see it is working fine. And if I click this button, you cannot see the page animation is reloading, but you cannot see the reloading. You can see the transition, right? So it is how quick it is. It is not going for the server and the page is not reloading. It is automatically changing, right? So how quick it is. And look at this. Look at this. If I click this button in the old things, what happens? It creates, it will regenerate, which means the reload the page, right? If I click here, now you can see the page is reloading. No, the smooth animation comes here and we can able to work with here and we can able to disable here. Good, right? So this is web 2, right? Simple. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to create something like this, like understanding the basics. We just going to create this button animation. If someone clicks this button with JavaScript, how can I change the h1 of an element and how can I change the paragraph element and how can, that's it, these two things. So this is, if I change the h1 element and paragraph element, that is called as manipulating h1. So if I click this, you can able to see the background is also changing, right? So it means the background image, background URL, right? So that is going to be CSS, right? So these two animation that we're going to work with and we're going to figure it out. Let's see. So I'm just going to build some of the basics things for our website. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this is the size I am taking. I'm going to style here. So whatever you like to style, you can style it. Okay. So what I'm going to do in the body section, I make something clear here. Minimum CSS only. We will see JavaScript only maximum. Okay. So I'm just going to say just simply say margin is equal to 0%, and I just going to say like this, fine, and that's it. So I just going to, we have this div, so I just going to add some classes style for this div. I just going to say hero, and I just going to say this is going to be the heroes one, and I just want to give the height and width of this. So I just going to say height is 200 pixel. Okay, so and then width is equal to, width is equal to 200 pixel, like this. Okay, so once that is done, I just going to say display equal to x. Okay, and justify content center, and I just going to say align items center. Okay. And we will give this one border 1 pixel solid black, like this. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give another div, and that div has the h hero tag, like this. Okay, so inside this div I just going to place this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just going to cut this one. Okay, and here I just say hero tag, and I just going to paste here. That's it. And that's okay. So okay, cancel. Okay, and I just going to set the viewport. Okay, so what we can say, the entire body height is equal to 100% viewport ph. This one it is going to be here. That's it. So, and we will make some decent content. It is equal to 300 pixel like this, and width is equal to, instead of pixel I just going for 50%. Let make it a little bit bigger, and or otherwise we can go for somewhere around 80. That's fine. Okay, so and that's it. We just going to give, so quickly I will done this. Okay, no problem. I just going to say border radius is equal to 4% like this, and I just going to say color is going to be like this, background color like this. Fine. So this is fine. And now consider this is going to be, this area. Okay, so if I click this, I need a h1 tag to change, and I need a paragraph tag to change. So what I'm going to do inside the div, right now we have the h1 tag, right? So you can able to see right now we have this h1 tag. So inside this h1 tag, I just going to add the paragraph tag, and I just going to give an id like this. And here I just going to add some lorem ipsum. Okay, I just going to add it here. Go here. We getting this lorem ipsum, and it is perfect. And that's what we want. And then we going to say here, I think everything's aligned to this only. Okay, so I make this to text align effect like this. Okay, no, we go for center only. That is look much better. Okay, so we will go for that, and this is okay. And inside this I need a button. If I click this button, then I need to change this h1, and also I need to change this paragraph. Okay, so I will remove somehow. Okay, and I will do this. This is fine. This paragraph is enough. And what I'm going to do, I just going to create a button inside this div. Okay, so I just say button follow, I think id btn, and here I just going to say change me like this. Now we will get this button. Okay, so the styling you will give it, I think I don't want to give any such styling. Okay, so I just say padding, and I just going to say top 10 pixel and 10 or 3%, and I just say left and right it's going to be 7% like this. Okay, that's it look good. Okay, and for button I just add some button styling. I just create begin, and here I just going to say display is going to be block. Okay, and I just say margin, it's going to be auto like this, and width is going to be 80% like this. Okay, and the height of this button, it's going to, I just going to say about 60 pixel, little bit big. I know I will reduce it later. Right now it is okay for 30 pixel of this. Okay, fine with that. And we will add the padding, and we will give the padding to 3% on the side. Okay, so and we will remove this height. Now it look good. Okay, that's it. This is the button. So let us understand, this is the button, and I just going to make this width is going to 40% like this. Okay, so if someone clicks this button, then I need to change this h1 and this paragraph tag, right? So this is what I need to do. So how can I do this? Simply three things. First, you need to grab the element. Okay, for grabbing element, which are the element I need to grab? So the element that is going to making, like the element which making the interaction, and the element that need to change. So the element making interaction is this button. So what are the element that I need to grab? I need to grab the button, and I need to grab what is going to change, this h1 and this paragraph. So I need to grab the h1 element, and also I need to grab the paragraph element. Okay, so these are the elements that we need to grab. Okay, so this is making the interaction, and this is going to change, so we need to grab it element. Okay, so how can we grab an element from the h1? Like we can able to grab an element from the HTML tag by using the DOM. So in DOM, we have so much of methods and to work with things. So the DOM is nothing but it's like a tree-like structure. Okay, what it will do, it will convert HTML document into an abstract syntax tree. Like it will just make it like a tree-like structure. So whenever we are using the method and we are calling something, we are grabbing something, it is go to the root of the tree. Like it will go in the how it is separated. It is go on that and it will take the element and it will give for me. Okay, so among them we have around five method to grab an element. Okay, so each and every method do several works, but right now what we are going to do, we're going to grab how to grab a single element. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. Simply understand how CSS is working. How CSS is working, first we need to select the element. For that we need to select the element, right? So the selectors, we have three selectors: tag selector, element selector, and ID selector, right? If it is a class, we will use dot. If it is a tag, we don't use anything, we will directly go for it. And if it is an ID, we will use this number sign, right? So this is what we will do. Same like that, DOM grabbing, we have several methods like element, grabbing an element by their ID, grabbing an element by their class name, grabbing an element by their tag name. And we have a couple two more of things. So among them, we're going to see one method that is going to be grabbing elements by their ID. Why? Why? Why this one? Because it is more specific. So when I say ID, what is the difference between ID and classes? If I giving ID in HTML and I giving classes in HTML, what is the main difference? The main difference is IDs are unique. If you are giving an ID, then that ID should not repeat in the entire document, right? So we will give only one name of an ID for only once. We should not repeat it again, right? That's what we will do. But classes are repeatable. We can able to give the same classes for multiple elements, but IDs are unique, right? So right now I'm going to specifically grabbing this one and this one. Meanwhile, I have so much of so much of H1, so much of paragraph is there. By using ID, we can able to directly target that particular element, right? Because they are unique. So that's what I did. While creating the paragraph, we give an ID para, right? While creating the button, we give an ID btn, and while creating the hero head section, I give an ID head, right? So by using this ID, we're going to grab that element. Okay, so let's see what is the method that we have. Means we have the method document dot get element by ID. Okay, so this is the method we have. This is a method that we have to grab things. Let's see how we can do this. So simply document is nothing but calling the DOM. Okay, so DOM is nothing but it is also an object, right? So it is also an object. So we need to call the DOM operation, right? So I'm calling the object that is document, and once you put dot and you say get element by ID. So element by ID is the method to grab an element based on their ID. So inside this method, you need to give the ID name. So what is the ID name that I need to give? For example, I need to grab this button. So what is the ID? It is BTN. So you need to mention it as BTN. So once you've done, that's it. We grab the element. So now we need to know whether it is grabbed or not, right? So what we can do, we can able to store whatever the value that we grabbed in HTML, we store it in a container. Simply, we're just going to say const. This is going to be the button element, right? So I just say btn equal to document.get element by ID btn. So now if I say console.log btn, like this, go here, go for the inspect element and check in the console. See, we have grabbed this button, right? We have grabbed this button. Exactly, right? So that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do simply, right? I think hope you understand it. What is the scenario we use class then? The same scenario, but that is when you are using document.get element by class name, it is not giving a single element. It will give an HTML collection. Okay, I will explain that once it is done. For example, the same element we are grabbing that with classes. It will return a collection, which means it's look like an array. For example, where we have the class we have this one. Like if I like to grab this one, okay, so if I say const demo equal to document dot get element elements by class name. You can able to see this method. By using this, you can able to grab that one. If we grab like this, if I in the console I just ask for the demo, now you can see it is not giving that particular class element. It is returns HTML collection. If I go here and inspect and go here, you can able to see HTML collection. It is exactly similar to array, but it is not array. We cannot use the array methods here, but it is similar to array. How it is structured, it is also structured. If I give here, you can able to see in the 0 we have div dot hero bit, like which is only one element is present. Okay, it's saying like only one element with this class is present. So what if I have two element having the class? For example, I copying this and in the hero I just pasting here. Now what happened? It will produce 2, 0, 1. You can able to see the length is increased to 2. So now if I want to use that element means you need to mention the index. So for example, particularly I need to know the first one, right? So then what I need to do, I need to how in array we will grab the element. So like this, I just say dollar and 0 like this. And if we do this, you can able to see particularly you are specific like that. You need to you get a collection because it is more, right? When I say classes and tag, we will receive more number of things, right? So in that time we need to just a minute. In the time we need to what we need to do, we need to collect an element. Okay, so we need to grab a collection, and by using this collection only we need to do that, right? So that's what happened. Okay, so this is what class happened. So now we will go for this one. So right now we have this demo btn. So now what I'm going to do, I just going to collect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I just going to collect the paragraph by using their id, and I just going to collect this head by using this id. I just remove this one. Okay, so it is applying. Okay, so I'm just going to collect this. Okay, we have the head and we have the para. These two things we need to grab it. Okay, so I just going to paste it for 2 times. Okay, so this is for para, and I need the paragraph id, right? So I just say para. So we grab the para, and this is for head, which means the h1. So I just going to grab this as a h1. Let us see what happened if I say demo, comma, para, comma, head, like this. And if we go for it, okay, it's not demo, it's btn. We removed the demo. So I just say btn. Now we do this. You can able to see we get the button, we get the para, and also we get this h1, right? So everything is fine. We have grabbed it, right? So now let us come to css. So once you selected this id, what you will give? You will give some properties and what it need to change, right? So it is a property and it's a value. It's called as decoration, right? So you will give the decoration, right? So that's what we will do. Same like that here also you need to what you need to do. Same also here also you need to grab. You need to tell which thing I need to change. So we can able to change the inner HTML. We can able to change the background color. We can able to change the background image. So what I need to change, right? So here what I need to change, I need to change the text inside it, right? So for that we can have several things. Okay, so you can just Google it, you can find it by just say I need to change the inner text in HTML simply. So you will receive a method by using, you can able to use inner HTML, and also you can able to use inner text. Okay, so like that you can able to what you can do, you can able to use this any one of the method. Okay, if you go for any documentation, you have a couple of methods like inner text, inner HTML, and also you can use uh, we have another method also that you can like content also, inner content also is there, and you can able to use that. Text content is also there, you can able to use that. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to use the inner HTML. So for that I just first it's just going to say how it is working. So I just comment off here. I just going to say I'm going to change this inner HTML. Let's see how it is working. Right now we have the head tag. It is asking this value, right? I just say head dot inner HTML equal to instead of like what are the value that we need to give, we need to give here. For example, in CSS we have this 100 viewport, right? So for that, like we giving the value flex center like that, right? So same like that, you need to give the value here. I just comment off here. You can right now see it is, we have the we have this this one is here. Which one? Just a minute. Was I? Okay, so we have this hello everyone, welcome to TW is there. And right now I'm saying that in the head you need to give the inner HTML, and whatever the value that I need to give, I need to give. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just going to say instead of welcome to TWD, I just going to say congratulations, you learned basic like this. Okay, I just going to done, and once I save it, you can able to see it is get changed. You can see once I save it, congratulations, you learned JS basic. It is changed, right? So this is fine, but this is fine. But one thing we need to notice it, I'm not making any interaction, right? So if the user come and clicks, then only I need to change it, right? So that is the interaction, right? So in trouble we have discussed. But right now, once the code is changed, it is changed. For example, if I refresh it, we cannot see in the original version, right? So it is automatically changed. So what I can do it? Well, here comes the next one, the function, wrapping it in a function. Why we need to wrap it in a function? The reason is, the first thing, if you are making any interaction, some set of action need to done. Action, then you need to create a function. First one. Second one, we need to wait for some interaction, then only it need to execute. Then only it need to execute, right? So which means whenever we are writing a function, when someone call the function, then only it will execute, right? So what I'm going to do, I just going to create a function, and I just going to name this as change the content. And here I just going to show you just a minute, just a Okay, so that's what we need to do. Just a minute. What we need to here we what going to do? We're just going to look it here. Okay. So if someone clicks this, then only I need to change it. So what I'm going to do? I just going to cut this entire code, and I just going to paste it here. Now what happened? It will not run automatically. Okay. So if I save it, you can see the original text is here. Though we are inside, we are included inside this function name. So whenever we are calling the function, then only it will execute. Okay, so right now I just going to call the function. If I save it, you can able to see no changes is happening, right? So once I call the function, now you can able to see it will be executed. So if I don't call the function, then it not executed. So now we need to do another thing. So what is the next thing is, the next thing is, here you can see hello everyone, welcome to TW is there. When it need to change, when someone clicks this button, then we need to change it, right? When someone clicks this button, we need to change it. So we need to attach this function with this button. So how we can do it? We have two ways to do it. We're going to see the easiest one now, but also the second one is more effective compared to the way that we are going to see now. So if you go for index.html, and if you go for the button, if you give this on prefix, then you can able to see what all are the interaction, that is available, what are the events that are available. This is called as HTML events, and you can able to see this attributes right now available, like on, about, on, blur, on, can play, through, change, click, double click, drag and drag over. These are all the interaction that we are making whenever we work with any website, right? So right now, what is the interaction we need? If someone clicks this, then need to change. So this is going to be on click. Okay. So what this attribute takes means, the attribute takes a function. It will takes a function call. So simply once you done this on click, just go to the index.html. Whatever the function that holding your value, just cut the function name. Like take the function name, come to the index.html here, and just paste it here. That's it. So now if someone clicks this event is going to wait for the click to happen. If someone clicks, then it will initiate this function. So then what happened if the function is get initiated, then this function is executed, then the head.inner.html is there, and okay, so the head.inner.html is there and it will going to change for us. Okay, so simply if I click here, now you can able to see, refresh, click, refresh, click, now you can able to see the changes, right? So this is what animation. Whenever we clicking this, but it takes some time delay and they will execute the code, and that is what they will do it. And you can able to do it with some animation. Okay, you can do it. So the same thing, what we need to do, we need to do it for this lorem ipsum also, like the paragraph tag also. So how we can do this? How we can able to do this with lorem ipsum? Simply just first we need to change the paragraph. So I just going to say para dot inner html. Okay, I'm just going to say para dot inner html. You can use the text content or inner text like that, you can use it. And one thing here, you can see get the free certificate uh, like this. Okay, so now it is the initial one. Everyone, welcome to TWD. Once you click this button, you can able to see this one, but this is not changing. What's happened here? I think we make a mistake here. Let's see what has happened. I think we will go for the para. It is an ID. We have the para ID, and no, we will make the typo here. It is going to caps inner HTML, right? Once we save it, now if I click it, you can able to see congratulations, you learn JS basic and get your free certificates here, right? So you can able to see it, right? So that's what so that is the first animation that we need to, when it comes to that triple website, this is the first animation that we are working with, and we have completed it. And the next one, what it is going to be, we need to change the background thing, right? So it will change the background thing, right? So if you go for any documentation website, I just going to say HTML, simply HTML doc, like this. Okay, so then you can able to see, just a minute, W3 school is there, go for the DOM. Okay, so don't go for the DOM. Okay, and if you go for the, and this is what I explained, that it is a tree like structure, it will share for you and you can able to see that one. Okay, so fine. And if you go for this one, you can able to see what are the elements that are available, right? So what are the methods that are available to grab an element, like that you can able to see it here, right? So by using this method, you can, what you can do, you can able to grab an ID, you can able to grab the tag name, and also you can able to grab the elements by class name. You can able to use it. Okay, same like that, you can able to see changing HTML element. So for changing something, what are the things that we can use? We have the inner HTML, so that is what we have discussed, that change the inner HTML of the element. So don't confuse this. This is nothing but we have the background color, we have the background image, we have the position property, we have the display property in CSS, right? Same like that in HTML we having this. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, nothing special. Okay, okay, so this is what we are having, and here we have the node list, like creating an element, removing element, appending an element, replace and writing an element, and we have several methods for adding some of the elements and all. So among them, what right now we need to change the CSS. So let us look into here. We have element dot attribute. So what it is going to do, it is going to change the attributes. So for example, you have an image and you need to, if someone clicks this, you need to change the image, right? So in that cases, you can use this one. But right now what we need the CSS property, right? So I need to change the background color of it. That's what I need to change. So let us go down here. You can see element dot style dot property, it's equal to new style. So change the style of the HTML element. It's simply saying change the style of the HTML element, right? So this is what we need. So we need to get the element and we need to give the style. Okay, and we need to give the style, and we need to give what property that we need to give, and we need to tell which is thing, that the value that we need to produce. Okay, what I'm going to do, just go here, down here, come here. So what we can do, this is the background. For this div only I need to grab this one. So first I need to grab the div, right? So first I need to grab the div. So how we can able to grab the div? You can able to see what is the div that we contain, hero, right? So it has the class. So I just going to give, we can choose by class also. We can choose by class and then we can go. So I just going to get the element by class. I just say hero equal to document dot get element by id, sorry, elements by class name, and I'm grabbing the class name. What is the class name? That is going to be the hero, right? So I'm grabbing the class name hero. So we have the customer collection. For example, if I say console.log hero, if I log it, we go and click in the inspect in the console, we can have the HTML collection and we have the 0th position in the hero we have it. This is what we need. So what I'm going to do, I just going to, whether you can go mention here the 0th one like this. And now if you log the console, you can able to see, I think we suppose not here. So first, like here, instead of that, I just mentioned here like that. If I do it, you can able to see we are grabbing it. So in the 0th index, I need to grab it, that I mentioned here. Now what I'm going to do, I just going to change the background color of it. I just simply say hero dot style is we need to use, and we need to give the dot, and which property we need to change. It's going to be the background color. And one more thing here, whenever you are using the cases, it is very important. So why it's very important? Because the background color here, it is camel case, but when you go for css, it's a kebab case, right? So you can see, if I say background color here, you can see the dash, right? So that case is different, but here this is a camel case. So you should use camel. Mostly JavaScript prefers camel case compared to any other cases. Okay, you need to use the camel case. Okay, so that's it you need to use. And once it is done, and here you need to give which color that you need to change. So what is the color I need to change? I just give orange like this. Okay, once that is done, it is going to be done. And make sure we don't use the semicolon. We need to use the equal to, because it is JavaScript. Now if it is done, let us come here. Now if I click this button, you can able to see orange. Congratulations, you have learned JS and get the certificate, right? So this is what happening. What is the main difference between get element by id and query selector? Yeah, I will tell about that. There is no difference between get element by id and query selector. Query selector you're asking. So what is the difference means? Query selector and get element by id are pretty same only, but the difference between element by id and query selector is element by id select only elements, okay, like the id. Okay, so if you are mentioning an id, it will select only the id. But in query selector, you can able to select something like classes. I will explain that, and we can go with what we will do. Go for the document, and by using element by id, we can grab only id. Okay, we can grab only ids. But query selector, by using the query selector, we can able to grab id. We can able to grab class. We can able to grab the tag also. We can able to do it. For example, I just say const, I just say query equal to, and simply I just going to say document dot query selector, not query selector all, I'm giving query selector. So here, if you want to grab an id, then you need to grab like in css, how you select. So you need to give the number sign, and you need to tell which id. For example, para is the id that I need to grab. I just grab it here. And if I say console.log, give me the para. Okay, sorry, give me the query. Give me the query like this, and inspect console. You can able to see the paragraph element is showing. I just say no, I don't want it. Just going to here, you can able to see the paragraph element is showing. So selecting an id. Same wise, we can able to select the class also. I just say dot, and what is the class that we selected? It's hero, right? Hero is the class that we have selected. I just mentioning dot hero, right? So we can able to select the hero also. And if you want to select the tag, I just simply say h1. I just simply say h1. You can select. We will get the hashtag also, like it is showing. Once I refresh, you can get the h1 tag. So what is the difference between query selector and query selector all? You can notice here. You can notice here, if I create another h1, for example, in the file, I just create in the bottom of the file, I just creating another h1 and I just going to say subscribe. Subscribe. If I save it in bottom of the file, you can able to see this subscribe, right? It is there. But you can notice when I say tag, when I say query selector h1, it is giving me only one h1 tag, right? It is giving me only one h1 tag. So it is, yeah, h1 tag. What is the h1 tag contains? The h1 tag contains this one. This hello everyone, welcome to TWD, right? So this is only containing. So what's happened? Yeah, what happened for the subscribe, right? So we are not getting that, right? So that is what query selector. Query selector select the first coming one. For example, if you are calling for h1, it will select which is coming first. For example, h1 we have this h1 and we also have this one. So which is in the zeroth index, which is in the top of the index, it will select that one. That is what the query selector will do. But query selector all, when you are using query selector all, it also contains, we can able to select the id, classes and tag, but also you can able to select all the list of, for example, we have two h1, right? So by using a query selector all, it will collect everything. It will give us a node list. You can see a node list is created. We have two h1s in our document, and the first h1 having all the things, like you don't want to look into that. This is the h1, and you can go for here, and you can able to see what is the second h1. The second h1 is the subscribe element. So like that, you can able to select it. So this is the difference between query selector on, and document dot element by id, right? So this is the main difference between those things. Okay, Navin sir, I want to take this. Take these JavaScript class. Okay, so I can't understand. Like, I want take these JavaScript. Hey, it is free only. You can take this JavaScript class. Okay. 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 So this is the thing that you need to do, and you can also explore some of the other elements, like how to change the attribute. You just want to call the attribute, and what is the thing that you need to change. You can change it. For example, we can do that by using the some of the things that we have, and we can able to take that, and by using that we can able to change that. For example, the attribute, we need to mention the attribute, and you need to sell the new. So we will see the examples in the internet itself, like JS attribute example, simple. You will get a bulb example. I think I've seen somewhere around here. So, or we can also practice it. That's fine. I think we will go for the images, and okay. Sorry, I just said attribute change, or we can say image attribute change example. How to change the image attribute shows with jQuery. They are telling it in a jQuery, but you can able to practice it, and you can able to change it, like in W3 school we have that. So what we have first, you need to do, you need to use the document.getElement by id, and you need to select the image id, and you need to give src. What is the image that you need to change? For example, we can get an I just going to say, if we if for website, you will get something called as Jiffy website, Jiffy file. Like you can use this Jiffy website for your websites and all. So what I'm going to do, what we have, I just going to use this one. So I just copy this embedded link, copy this code, and I don't want this iframes. What I'm going to do, I just going to, I think this link, this is the link that we need. So just go for here, go for the index.html, and below this, I just going to say image src. Okay, so here you can place the image. Okay, and I just say Jiffy. Okay, like this. So once that is done, okay, you can able to see this GIF is there. And what we need to do means we need to change the GIF. If someone clicks this button, I need to change this GIF. How can we do this? Simply go for that website. What is the GIF image that you need to change? I just going to change this to this one. Go here and I just copy this link, and this is the image that we need to change here. And what we can do, we can use this one to change this simply, or either you can download it and you can able to do this. Okay, I just simply copy this. We don't want to copy this one. I just copy here. Okay, you can use the reference and you can able to change that. So I just go for index.html, and what I'm going to do first, we will do it separately and then we can go for it. So I just give an id, or you can go for the tag element to do this. I just say const img equal to document dot query selector all. Okay, so here I just say img, and I just, instead of query selector all, we can go for query because we have only one image. So this we will go for the query. And if I say image dot attributes dot src equal to, I need to change this to this link. That's it. Go here, and I think it's attribute. It's not attributes. It's attribute. Once we save this, I think we can use. We need to download that and we need to change that. We check this one console, and go for the console.log, and if we give the image, and let us look whether we grab that image successfully. Okay, so we cannot set the property of undefined setting soc index.html. That is fine, but we having this. So what we can do, either we can use this set attribute to set this. Okay, so attributes and their value. So instead of using something like this, I just going to say elements. What is the element that we have? Element is going to be image dot set attribute, and here we can say it is going to be the src is the attribute, and I need to set this hyperlink. And once we save it, go for here, you can able to see this diff image is changed. So now, so that attributes is only what you have the relational folders. Okay, so that's it. So if I click here and I just going to paste inside this one. So now if I save it, initially we have the subscribe code, right? So I just going to cut this image, and we will put in this top of it here, like this. Okay, this makes the style change. Cut here, top of here. Now you can able to see this one, right? Subscribe, you are asking for, I'm asking for subscribe the channel, please. Okay, I clicking this channel, you can able to see it is changed. And also you can say subscribe successfully, like that. So like that you can able to see this is the GIF image initially we have, and if I click this, you can able to see the GIF image is changed. And likewise, you can view an background image for this one, and also you can able to change that also. Okay, so this is all about that. What I means, I need recorder section of this JavaScript. Sir, this recorder section is like this live classes is recorded only. So you can watch it again and again. You or otherwise you like to go watch the entire series. You can see in our YouTube channel. I just show you here. So go for the YouTube. Okay. So you can able to see the web dev living right now. Right. Just click this, you can able to see all the live classes we are taking. It will be recorded only. We cannot like, it will be there only for lifelong. Okay, so you can refresh again and again. Okay, so you can able to see the day 1, day 2, day 3, all these classes are recorded only. You can able to see again, you can watch it again also, even though it is a live, you can watch it again also. We will upload it in the YouTube. Okay, so you can able to watch it again, and also you can get the basic, advanced to mastery concept also. Everything will be here, and you can able to watch it. And also for JavaScript, I need to give another updation. Like if you are already know about the basics, but you need to know about the advanced in the internal working, like hoisting, closures, and the ES6 apart from ES12, ES11, whatever the new updates happen, then and you need to learn the core concept. Why it is behaving, JavaScript is behaving like this. Like that, if you like to learn the core concept, then every Wednesday we are uploading a premiere show in the or YouTube channel. So if you go for the video section, you can able to see right now we have uploaded 2 premiere classes. So that is for absolutely advanced classes, like how JavaScript works internally. We will tell about everything, how JavaScript is executing and everything. And we also taken the second classes, and that is for hoisting. So if you know about hoisting, fine, and you can able to understand much more hoisting, how it is working by practical examples also. We will take it. And meanwhile, every Wednesday we are going to upload the series. Okay, so we're going to upload the series, and the maybe the next week it's going to be the variable environment. How what is meant by the variable environment? Why we are not able to access the environment outside the function, and how the function is working, how what is inside the function. We're going to look through it, and we're going to learn it. And every Wednesday we are launching this premiere show also. So if you are like to interested, just go ahead and just you watch this 2 JavaScript advanced classes to get more updates about the advanced thing. Okay. And meanwhile, if you have any doubts, you can also contact us in the WhatsApp group and in our social media page at PWD page, and wherever you would like to contact, you can contact us. We will help you there. And the attendance form is also shared with you guys. And if you like to share, and if you want a certificate, then just fill it out, and you will receive a certificate within maybe within Monday. You can able to get the certificates. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. We will be wait there for 1 more minute, and then we can able to end the section sharply at 8:30. Okay. So that's it for. So right now you have the basic understanding how the things is working and all. And have a look to your browser. Go for the browser and change the site setting to without JavaScript, and see how JavaScript is powerful and how JavaScript dominated the entire core, right? The entire internet, right? So just look at that. You will get a wholesome idea like why I need to learn JavaScript. It's just only like creating drop down. We need JavaScript? No, absolutely not. You are in the wrong mindset, right, sir? So it's all about to creating a single page application. So we are avoiding the server for we are contacting the server whenever we want. We don't want to contact the server every time. Okay, so that is the thing that we are doing here. Let's see how it's working, and happy to see that. So if you have any doubts, you can contact us in the WhatsApp group. That's it for the 4 days workshop. JavaScript workshop is completed. I hope that you get some insight from this update. See you in the next workshop. Thank you.